Welcome back into that Sean podcast. It's I, Big Ush. Oh, yes. And over here, we got the Cat Daddy. And you know what? We kind of celebrating for at least 1 week. At least 1 week. Yes, in the league that both we're in the playoffs. And we survived. Well, I survived. He dominated for 1 week.
I was sweating. I don't know what you're talking about dominated. I was sweating.
This next week will provide better dividends, and then we'll see each other in the championship for round 3. That being said, let's jump right into this. Let's go with the receipts. All right, with my receipts. I told you that Matthew Stafford, you should start against the Seahawks. I was wrong. I'm taking the L for that. What, 241 yards and 2 touchdowns? That's not enough. That's not enough. And an interception. That's not enough. Then I've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Did not do enough against the Chargers. That's another L. DeAndre Hopkins didn't even play. Another L. Dawson Knox. Ooh, it was bad. Another L. Sean. Looks like Kyler Murray. That was kind of an L.
Man, somebody needs to give Kyler Murray some of those smelling salts because he needs to wake up. He threw for 257, touchdown, interception. Didn't do much on the ground either. It was a total dud. But the good news, he outscored Mike Glennon this week.
There's that.
Bad news, he was outscored yet again by Davis Mills.
Now, bouncing back from that, you had James Robinson.
Man,
that was a dub.
I want to put that out there that I had James Robinson before Urban Meyer was fired.
There you go. On top of that, you had Brandon Cooks. That's another dub.
Yeah, buddy. Who would have thought that Davis Mills would be the Texans' best quarterback this season? Anyways, Brandon Cooks 10 targets, 2 touchdowns. Beautiful day.
What? Guess what?
I know. In a game without Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki tied for the team lead with 8 targets. Couldn't do anything. 5 catches, 43 yards. The Dolphins are too busy winning real-life football to care about fantasy, so...
That they are. That they are. But, let's go into those don't trust. So, for mine, I said, don't trust Carson Wentz. Well, guess what? Carson Wentz had 5 completions. I said, don't trust Antonio Gibson. Don't trust Antonio Gibson. I said, don't trust Mike Evans. This one I feel bad about. Mike Evans got injured. It is what it is. And then I said, don't trust Rob Gronkowski. He did not do well either. For you, Sean, you did pretty well in this segment too. You said, don't trust Taysom Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do very well there.
Mm-hmm.
Hill, you did. Hill didn't. Fournette got injured again. One you probably don't feel good about, but hell, you take it, right?
Well, even in the beginning of the game, Tampa Bay was avoiding the run. They were just passing, which is what I thought was going to happen. So it wasn't until the injury started coming that Leonard Fournette picked up any momentum with play, but then he himself got injured too, so that's very unfortunate. I take my wins how I can get them now.
Indeed. Finally, the DJ Moore moment happened. You got that dub too. Then TJ Hawkinson. I don't even think he played, did he?
Yeah. Well, Arizona played such good defense that they just completely shut him out of the box score. All kidding aside, Hawkinson didn't even play. He underwent thumb surgery after the pick here, but before the game, so he's out for the season.
Right.
I take my wins how I can get them, though.
Indeed. I'm not hating. All right, moving on. Let's see. I'm trying to pull something up. It's a segment. I apologize, people. We're going to actually be doing a very short episode now because I don't have some of our top 10s from the beginning of the year. I was going to compare how we ended up for QBs, but we'll do that next week. We'll just do a short episode. We've had a long night. We did a mock draft even.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to give you our trust and don't trust this week. Just also to introduce you some of the episodes we have coming up. So we're going to compare our pre-draft scouting, see how we did in terms of our top 10s. And then after the season, after the fantasy season, we're going to go by each different, by each position group and give you little sleeper guys to start, working on who you're going to look at come next season. Something to work on there. All right, that being said, I'm going to give you guys my two trust this week. So, I know Tom Brady put a stinker out there last week, but this week he's playing Carolina. He's probably going to be kind of mad. So they'll probably get a pretty good practice in, get some timing down. Tom Brady's going to have a bounce-back game. Then my running back, I got Austin Eckler. I think he's going to run wild over those Texans. The Texans aren't very good at stopping the run. It just hasn't been the case. Then I think CeeDee Lamb, he had a bad game this past week. 3 drops. I think Washington's going to give him the opportunity to get some open looks. I think they're going to be at home. I think CeeDee's going to be on the mission, and Dak's going to want to get him the ball. And then Dallas Goedert against the Giants. Goddard's been on a tear for a little bit, and the Giants' linebackers aren't that great, so I think they'll get exploited. Sean, who are your two trusts?
Quarterback Justin Herbert going against Houston. The Chargers shouldn't have to worry about going for it on 4th downs in this one. Statistically, the Texans have played the quarterbacks pretty well this year, but they also have the benefit of playing the AFC South teams twice. So I expect a bounce back from the Chargers in this one because we know what's on the line, playoffs. Running back, Cordarrelle Patterson going against Detroit. Atlanta gets a more generous defense this week as opposed to San Francisco that they saw this past week. So, even though Detroit looked good against Arizona, 2021's been such a strange year. What works in Patterson's favor is that the Lions have allowed multiple touchdowns to running backs 6 times this year. So I feel good with firing up Patterson. Wide receiver, I'm going for my stack. Quarterback with Justin Herbert. Wide receiver is going to be Keenan Allen. Allen is looking at double-digit targets each game. He's had a lot of those recently. And he's had either 85 or more yards or a touchdown in his last 7 games. And I expect that trend to continue. And my tight end to trust is Mike Gesicki because he doesn't want to get off my list.
You're just riding that list.
I said he's going to be there until he earns his way off, and even in the smash spot against the New York Jets, he chose to stay on my list.
All right, up next. My to not trust. I'm taking Tua versus those Saints. Saints got a really good defense. Look what they did to Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, I've got Chuba Hubbard versus the Bucs. That Bucs defense still can shut down the run pretty nicely. And it's Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard is losing the passing down work to Amir Abdullah too, so that's not in his favor.
There's that. Then I've got Stephon Diggs versus the Pats. Patriots are really good going against the Pats. This is not going to be fun for Stephon Diggs, I'm telling you. And then you might got Mike Gesicki and you're to trust. Well, I got him in my not to trust. Because the Saints, again, not only do they shut down wide receivers, they shut down tight ends too.
Yep. It was tempting for me not to put Gesicki as my tight end to trust and not to trust. So I was tempted to do that. But
all right,
my quarterback not to trust is Kirk Cousins against a Bears secondary that was missing practically everybody. Kirk Cousins only completed 50% of his passes, threw for It was 80, 90 yards. He's going against the Rams this week.
All right. Next
Running back not to trust is Aaron Jones going against Cleveland.
Bold with it.
I know. It's a Christmas Day game. I want that victory for my Packers. But I have a hard time trusting Aaron Jones this week because Cleveland has done pretty well defending against the run, and Green Bay has been splitting touches in the backfield with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Now, Aaron Jones is getting healthier, so we may see a little bit more involvement, but A.J. Dillon's still there, ready to take half the work. So Aaron Jones may be able to make a difference in the passing game, but I don't feel good about it. Wide receiver not to trust, Terry McLaurin. Scary this week. He has 5 receptions for 73 yards in the month of December. He was held catchless on the 3 targets the last time they played Dallas. That was back in week 14, I think. That one he did leave early with a concussion. So who knows if he would have done better in the second half. Even with better health, even if they have Taylor Heinicke back at quarterback, I don't think that's going to be enough to help him. And then my tight end not to trust is Hunter Henry. He just scored 2 touchdowns. Don't chase waterfalls. Don't chase the touchdowns. While he is the more consistent tight end in New England, I'm not expecting another 2 touchdown performance from him. Not against this Buffalo defense.
All right. Since it is playoff time, for all you who made the playoffs, I know we just gave you our opinions and stuff on who to trust and not to trust, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you're in the playoffs, that means you did something right. So keep doing it. Don't switch it up. Don't get cute. Don't think, oh, yada yada. No, you keep doing what you're doing. You won and you got here for a reason. 2, let's say you did make the playoffs. The work starts now. Don't wait till next summer or, the draft. No. Start looking at players now. Start looking things up. Keep playing your roster. See what you can make happen. If you want to be a champion, you got to put in the work. Sean, any thoughts?
I've always been a believer in start your studs. I draft you in round 1, 2, or 3 for a reason. That's to play you in the playoffs too. So I'm a big believer in start your studs. Support your fellow fantasy managers. Give them confidence. If you need to, cash those receipts on them when they feel like they're about to lose. And you tell them, hey, don't give up. The game's still early. And they're like, no, Washington just gave Antonio Gibson the ball 7 straight times. You just scored a touchdown. You're not going to lose.
Just say what you're trying to say.
Fantasy football is a strange world, and points can be stored in a variety of ways that you don't expect. So don't give up.
I'm gonna let y'all know this. Yes. Tonight I was a little stressed because I thought I was gonna lose. I came in with a 17-point lead. And within no time of Antonio Gibson run the ball, he had a 1-point lead. And lo and behold, Cooper Kupp showed up early on. Matthew Stafford wasn't looking too good going to Cooper Kupp, but eventually he did show up. And we've all been there when we felt that, so I was sending it out there. Let's not forget, I had to talk this man off the ledge. He was about to burn his whole team.
Whoa. I was preparing for if I lost making moves because the trade deadline is coming up, so I had to have plan B in mind.
It wasn't an if I lost.
Yeah, there was.
It was the trade deadline coming up. I told you, take it easy. See if you win this week. Which turned into see if you win next week. So yes, we all have our moments. The Cat Daddy as well as the Big Ush. Just know, you can get through them. Sound like a public service announcement.